What if I told you there's a place on Earth where money is not a goal, but a lifestyle? A place where supercars replace taxis, yachts replace houses, and billionaires walk the streets like ordinary people, but live lives most of us can't even imagine. Welcome to Monaco, the world's most exclusive playground for the ultra-rich. Here, there is no income tax, no ordinary lifestyle, no limits, only billionaires, supermodels, private jets, and billion-dollar views of the Mediterranean Sea. But behind this perfect image, there's a hidden world most people never see. In this video, we are going inside Monaco to uncover exactly how billionaires really live. There's a place on Earth where wealth isn't just visible. It defines the air itself. A place so small you could walk across it in under an hour, yet so powerful that billionaires from around the world compete for a slice of its coastline. This is Monaco, a tiny principality nestled between the Mediterranean Sea and the cliffs of southern Europe, where money doesn't just talk, it echoes through every street, every harbor, every towering glass residence. Here, the concept of normal life is completely redefined. The average person doesn't just live in Monaco, they can't. Because to exist here, even at the most basic level, requires a level of wealth that most people will never experience in a lifetime. But for billionaires, Monaco isn't just a home. It's a statement. It's a strategic move. It's a lifestyle engineered for the elite. As the sun rises over the Mediterranean, its golden light reflects off rows of super yachts anchored in Port Hercules, each one a floating palace worth tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. The harbor itself feels like an exhibition of wealth, where names like Bugatti Chiron, Ferrari LaFerrari, and Rolls-Royce Phantom aren't just rare sightings, they're part of the daily landscape. In Monaco, luxury isn't hidden behind gates. It's proudly displayed, as if the entire city is a stage and every billionaire is performing in the most exclusive show on Earth. But beneath the glamour, there's a deeper reason why the world's richest individuals are drawn here. And it begins with something far less visible than yachts and supercars. Freedom. Monaco is one of the few places in the world where personal income tax simply doesn't exist. For billionaires earning massive sums through investments, businesses, and global ventures, this isn't just an advantage, it's a financial transformation. Living in Monaco means keeping more of what you earn, and when you're dealing with billions, even a small percentage can mean the difference between millions saved or lost every single year. This unique financial environment has turned Monaco into a magnet for the ultra-wealthy, a sanctuary where money grows faster and flows more freely than almost anywhere else on the planet. But moving here isn't as simple as buying a plane ticket and signing a lease. Becoming a resident of Monaco is a process designed to filter out anyone who doesn't meet the elite standard. You need proof of substantial wealth, a secure place to live, and often a significant deposit in a local bank, sometimes in the range of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of euros. This barrier isn't accidental. It's intentional. Monaco isn't trying to be accessible. It's trying to remain exclusive. And that exclusivity is exactly what makes it so desirable. As you walk through the streets, you'll notice something unusual. There are no signs of poverty, no crowded public transport systems packed with commuters, no chaotic rush of everyday struggle. Everything feels controlled, polished, almost cinematic. The buildings rise like modern sculptures with glass balconies overlooking the endless blue of the sea. The streets are spotless, the atmosphere calm, and the security presence subtle but constant. Monaco is often described as one of the safest places in the world, with surveillance systems and police presence ensuring that the lifestyle of its residents remains undisturbed. For billionaires, this level of safety isn't just comforting, it's essential. When your wealth reaches a certain level, privacy and protection become just as valuable as money itself. And Monaco delivers both in a way few places can. But the real heartbeat of Monaco's billionaire lifestyle can be found in its real estate. Space here is more valuable than gold. With only about 2 square kilometers of land, every inch of Monaco is carefully engineered to maximize luxury and exclusivity. This has led to some of the most expensive properties on Earth, where a single apartment can cost tens of millions of dollars, and penthouses can reach into the hundreds of millions. One of the most famous examples is the legendary Tour Odeon, a towering structure that redefines what it means to live in the sky. Its penthouse, often referred to as one of the most expensive apartments in the world, features multiple floors, a private infinity pool, and panoramic views that stretch endlessly across the Mediterranean. For billionaires, homes like this aren't just places to live, they're symbols of status, reflections of success, and sometimes even strategic investments in a market where prices rarely go down. Yet despite all the extravagance, there's a certain rhythm to life in Monaco that feels almost relaxed. Billionaires here don't rush. They don't need to. Their days are often a blend of leisure and quiet power moves. Mornings might begin with a private workout overlooking the sea, followed by a breakfast prepared by personal chefs using the finest ingredients sourced from across Europe. Business meetings don't happen in crowded offices. They take place in private lounges, luxury hotels, or even aboard yachts gently floating in the harbor. Deals worth millions, sometimes billions, are discussed over coffee, champagne, or fine dining experiences that blur the line between work and pleasure. And when it comes to dining, Monaco offers some of the most exclusive culinary experiences in the world. Restaurants here aren't just about food, they're about art, atmosphere, and prestige. Establishments like Le Louis XV have redefined fine dining, offering menus that combine tradition with innovation, all served in environments that feel more like royal palaces than restaurants. For billionaires, dining isn't just a necessity, it's an experience, a way to connect, impress, and indulge all at once. As the day transitions into evening, Monaco transforms. The soft glow of sunset reflects off the sea, and the city begins to shimmer with a different kind of energy. This is when the social life of billionaires truly comes alive. Private events, exclusive parties, and high-stakes gatherings become the norm. The iconic Casino de Monte Carlo stands as a symbol of this nightlife, where elegance meets risk and fortunes can change in a single night. But for many billionaires, it's not about the money. They've already won that game. It's about the experience, the thrill, the atmosphere of being surrounded by others who exist at the same level of wealth and influence. In Monaco, connections are everything. The person you meet at dinner could be the founder of a global company, a hedge fund manager controlling billions, or a member of a royal family. These interactions aren't random. They're part of a network, a silent ecosystem where power flows as smoothly as the champagne being poured. And perhaps that's the real secret of Monaco. It's not just a place where billionaires live, it's a place where they connect, collaborate, and expand their influence in ways that aren't always visible to the outside world. Every street, every building, every yacht is part of a larger system designed to support and amplify wealth at the highest level. But behind the polished surface, there's also a question that lingers. What does it really feel like to live in a place where money removes almost every limitation? Where the ordinary struggles of life simply don't exist? For some, it's freedom. For others, it's isolation. Because when everything is available, when every desire can be fulfilled instantly, the meaning of success itself begins to change. In Monaco, billionaires aren't chasing survival. They're chasing experiences, influence, and sometimes something far more elusive: purpose. And as the night deepens and the lights of the harbor reflect on the water, one thing becomes clear. Monaco isn't just a destination. It's a different reality. A world where the rules are rewritten, where wealth shapes every detail, and where the lives of billionaires unfold in ways that most people can only imagine. As the first light of morning fades into a bright Mediterranean day, the true scale of Monaco's wealth begins to reveal itself in motion. Down at the harbor, the stillness of the water is broken as crews quietly prepare some of the most extraordinary vessels on Earth. These are not just boats, they are floating empires, engineered with precision, luxury, and privacy in mind. For billionaires in Monaco, yachts are more than status symbols. They are extensions of their identity, mobile sanctuaries where business, leisure, and exclusivity merge seamlessly. Some of these yachts stretch beyond 100 meters, equipped with helipads, infinity pools, cinemas, spas, and even submarines. Life aboard one of these vessels is a completely different world, where time slows down and the horizon becomes your only boundary. Billionaires often spend days, sometimes weeks, living at sea, hosting private gatherings, negotiating deals, or simply escaping the visibility of life on land. In Monaco, stepping onto a yacht is like stepping into another dimension, one where discretion is absolute and luxury knows no limits. Just beyond the harbor, the quiet hum of helicopters signals another layer of this elite lifestyle. The ultra-wealthy rarely deal with traffic or long commutes. Instead, they rely on private aviation to move effortlessly between Monaco and other global hotspots. Within minutes, a helicopter can transport a billionaire to nearby private terminals, where jets are ready to take them to cities like London, Dubai, or New York City. Time, for billionaires, is the most valuable currency of all, and Monaco is designed to protect it. Every system, every service, every connection is optimized for efficiency and comfort. There are no delays, no compromises, only seamless transitions from one experience to another. But beyond the visible displays of wealth, there is a deeper structure that shapes how billionaires operate within Monaco. It's a system built on privacy, trust, and unspoken rules. Unlike other major cities where wealth can attract attention, Monaco thrives on discretion. The ultra-rich don't come here to be seen by the world. They come here to be seen by each other. There's a quiet understanding among residents, a mutual respect for boundaries that allows everyone to exist without intrusion. You won't find paparazzi lining the streets or crowds gathering around famous faces. In Monaco, fame is almost irrelevant. What matters is influence, access, and the networks that exist behind closed doors. And those networks are incredibly powerful. Deals that shape industries, investments that move markets, and partnerships that redefine global business often begin in the most understated settings. A private dinner, a yacht party, or a casual meeting at an exclusive lounge. One of the key elements that makes this possible is Monaco's tightly controlled environment. With a population of just under 40,000 people, the city operates more like a private club than a traditional country. Everyone who lives here has passed through a filter of wealth and credibility. This creates a unique ecosystem where trust is easier to establish and opportunities are constantly circulating among those who are already at the top. For billionaires, this is invaluable. It means being surrounded by individuals who understand their level of thinking, their ambitions, and the scale at which they operate. It's a place where conversations don't start with introductions, they start with possibilities. As the day progresses, another aspect of Monaco's billionaire lifestyle comes into focus. Leisure? But here, leisure isn't passive. It's curated, refined, and often intertwined with status. Whether it's a round of golf at an exclusive course overlooking the sea, a private yacht excursion along the coast, or a high-end shopping experience in Monte Carlo, every activity is designed to reflect a certain level of sophistication. The boutiques here don't cater to ordinary consumers. They cater to individuals who expect the rarest, the most exclusive, and often the most expensive items available. Walking through Monaco's shopping districts feels less like visiting stores and more like entering a gallery of luxury, where each piece is carefully selected to appeal to a clientele that values uniqueness above all else. And then there are the events. Monaco's calendar is filled with some of the most prestigious gatherings in the world, events that attract the global elite and turn the city into a stage of unparalleled glamour. Among the most iconic is the Monaco Grand Prix, a spectacle that transforms the streets into a high-speed circuit where precision driving meets extreme luxury. During this time, Monaco becomes even more exclusive than usual. Yachts fill the harbor to capacity, balconies become premium viewing platforms, and the energy of the city reaches an entirely different level. For billionaires, attending the Grand Prix isn't just about watching a race. It's about being part of an experience that combines sport, networking, and celebration in one of the most unique settings on Earth. But beneath the glamour and excitement, there's also a strategic element to these events. They are opportunities to strengthen relationships, explore new ventures, and maintain a presence within the global elite. In Monaco, socializing is never just socializing. It's an extension of business, a way to stay connected in a world where connections are everything. As evening approaches, the pace of the city shifts once again. The sunlight softens, casting a golden glow over the buildings and the sea, and Monaco begins to prepare for its next transformation. This is when the nightlife emerges, not as a chaotic scene, but as a carefully orchestrated experience of elegance and exclusivity. Private clubs, luxury lounges, and high-end venues open their doors to a clientele that expects nothing but the best. Music, lighting, and atmosphere are all designed to create an environment where every detail feels intentional. For billionaires, these spaces are more than just places to relax. They are environments where influence is exchanged as naturally as conversation. It's where new ideas are born, where partnerships are quietly formed, and where the lines between business and pleasure completely disappear. Yet, despite all the extravagance, there's a certain discipline that defines how billionaires live in Monaco. Their lives are not random or chaotic. They are structured, intentional, and often guided by long-term vision. Behind every yacht, every property, every investment, there is a strategy. Monaco may appear to be a playground, but for those who truly understand it, it's also a platform. A place where wealth is not just enjoyed, but continuously expanded. And perhaps that's what sets Monaco apart from every other luxury destination in the world. It's not just about what you have. It's about what you can build, who you can meet, and how far you can go. For billionaires, Monaco isn't the end of the journey. It's a powerful step within it, a place where the limits of possibility are constantly being redefined and where the lifestyle itself becomes a reflection of something much larger than money. As Monaco settles into the rhythm of its endless cycle of luxury and power, a deeper layer of billionaire life begins to emerge, one that isn't immediately visible to the outside world. Because beyond the yachts, the supercars, and the glamorous events, there exists a quieter, more calculated side of wealth, a side built on strategy, legacy, and control. In Monaco, billionaires don't just live in the present, they design the future. Their decisions are rarely impulsive, their lifestyles rarely accidental. Every move is part of a larger picture, a long-term vision that often extends far beyond their own lifetime. This is where Monaco transforms from a luxury destination into something far more powerful, a command center for global influence. Inside private offices overlooking the Mediterranean, deals are structured with precision. Investment portfolios are managed across continents, industries are analyzed in real time, and opportunities are evaluated not just for profit, but for impact. Many of the world's wealthiest individuals use Monaco as a base, not because their businesses are here, but because their lives can operate more efficiently from here. The absence of personal income tax, the stability of the political system, and the high level of privacy create an environment where focus is uninterrupted. For billionaires, clarity is everything, and Monaco offers a level of clarity that is difficult to find anywhere else in the world. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this lifestyle is how invisible it can be. Unlike other global cities where wealth often seeks attention, Monaco operates differently. Here, the most powerful individuals are often the least visible. Their names may not appear in headlines, their faces may not be recognized in public, but their influence is felt across industries, markets, and even governments. This culture of discretion is one of Monaco's most defining characteristics. It allows billionaires to operate without distraction, to move freely without scrutiny, and to build without interference. In many ways, Monaco is not just a place to live. It's a place to disappear, at least from the public eye. And in a world where visibility often comes with risk, that kind of invisibility is incredibly valuable. As the day unfolds, another dimension of billionaire life becomes clear. Relationships. Not the kind of relationships that are built casually, but those that are cultivated with intention. In Monaco, social circles are tight, selective, and incredibly influential. Access is everything, and once you're inside this world, the opportunities become exponential. A single introduction can lead to partnerships worth millions. A conversation at dinner can evolve into a global venture. This is a place where the right connection can change everything, and billionaires understand this better than anyone. They invest time in relationships the same way they invest money in businesses, with care, strategy, and long-term vision. And these relationships aren't limited to business. They extend into philanthropy, art, culture, and even politics. Monaco may be small in size, but its network is global, and its reach is far greater than most people realize. Yet with all this power and access, there is also a human side to billionaire life that often goes unnoticed. Because living at the highest level of wealth comes with its own set of challenges. Privacy, while valuable, can also create distance. Security, while necessary, can feel restrictive. And the constant presence of wealth can sometimes blur the meaning of achievement. In Monaco, where almost everyone is successful, the definition of success itself begins to shift. It's no longer about reaching the top. It's about staying there, evolving, and finding purpose beyond financial gain. For many billionaires, this leads to a deeper exploration of meaning. Some turn to philanthropy, using their resources to create impact on a global scale. Others invest in innovation, funding technologies and ideas that have the potential to shape the future. And some simply seek experiences, unique, rare, and often impossible to replicate. Whether it's exploring remote parts of the world on private expeditions, hosting exclusive gatherings with influential figures, or collecting art that defines entire eras, their lives become a pursuit of something more than just wealth. In this sense, Monaco becomes more than a home. It becomes a base for exploration, a starting point for journeys that extend far beyond its borders. As evening approaches once again, the city prepares for another transformation. But this time, the focus shifts slightly, from public glamour to private moments. Behind the closed doors of luxury residences, a different kind of life unfolds. Families gather, conversations take place, and decisions are made that will shape the future. These are the moments that rarely make it into headlines, yet they are perhaps the most important. Because at the end of the day, even billionaires are human. They have ambitions, concerns, and responsibilities that go beyond their wealth. And in Monaco, where the external world is often filtered out, these internal dynamics become even more significant. It's a reminder that behind every fortune, there is a story. Behind every lifestyle, there is a journey. And behind every billionaire, there is a person navigating a world that very few can truly understand. Still, the allure of Monaco remains undeniable. It continues to attract the world's wealthiest individuals, not just for what it offers, but for what it represents. It's a symbol of achievement, a place that reflects the highest level of success. But it's also a place of evolution, where the meaning of success is constantly being redefined. For some, it's about preserving wealth. For others, it's about expanding influence. And for a few, it's about discovering what comes next. Because when you've reached a point where money is no longer a limitation, the questions begin to change. What do you build? What do you leave behind? And what truly matters? In Monaco, these questions don't have simple answers, but they are part of the lifestyle, woven into the fabric of a place where everything is possible, yet nothing is taken for granted. As the lights of the city reflect once again on the calm waters of the Mediterranean, one thing becomes clear. Monaco is not just a destination for billionaires. It's a stage for the next chapter of their lives, a place where wealth meets purpose, where influence meets opportunity, and where the story is always still being written. As the final layer of Monaco's world unfolds, it becomes clear that this isn't just a place defined by wealth. It's a carefully constructed ecosystem where power, privacy, and prestige exist in perfect balance. In Monaco, billionaires don't simply live out luxury lifestyles, they participate in a system that has been refined over decades to serve the highest levels of global wealth. Every detail of life here, from the architecture to the governance, is shaped by one central principle: exclusivity. And in this final stage, we begin to understand what that exclusivity ultimately leads to: the long-term legacy of those who choose to call Monaco home. For many billionaires, Monaco is not the destination of their journey. It is the consolidation point. After years of building companies, expanding empires, and navigating global markets, they arrive here to stabilize, protect, and structure what they have created. Wealth at this level is no longer about accumulation. It is about preservation and influence, and Monaco provides the perfect environment for both. The legal framework is stable, the financial system is secure, and the political climate is predictable. In a world where uncertainty can destroy fortunes overnight, predictability becomes one of the most valuable assets. This is why so many ultra-wealthy individuals eventually anchor themselves here, not to chase more, but to safeguard everything they have already built. But Monaco is not static. It is constantly evolving alongside its residents. New developments rise from the coastline, reshaping the skyline. Older structures are renovated into ultra-modern residences. Technology integrates seamlessly into daily life, from biometric security systems in luxury buildings to private digital networks that ensure communication remains completely secure. Even time itself feels optimized here. Billionaires operate on schedules that are fluid yet highly efficient, designed to eliminate friction and maximize control. There is no wasted motion, no unnecessary exposure, only precision in every aspect of life. Yet even within this highly controlled environment, there is one force that continues to define Monaco more than anything else: ambition. Wealth does not eliminate ambition, it transforms it. For some billionaires, ambition becomes legacy building. They invest in museums, cultural institutions, and architectural projects that will outlast them by generations. For others, it becomes innovation-driven. They fund startups, artificial intelligence research, and sustainability initiatives aimed at shaping the future of humanity. And for a few, ambition becomes personal, focused on experiences, exploration, and the pursuit of meaning beyond material success. Monaco accommodates all of these paths without judgment, as long as the standard of excellence remains consistent. One of the most striking aspects of life here is how normalized extreme luxury becomes. What might appear extraordinary elsewhere becomes routine in Monaco. A morning coffee overlooking the Mediterranean from a multi-million-dollar terrace is not an event. It is a habit. A casual dinner on a yacht docked beside another yacht worth even more is not remarkable. It is expected. Even access to world leaders, celebrities, and industry titans becomes part of everyday interaction. In this environment, perception shifts. Wealth is no longer shocking. It becomes the baseline. But behind this normalization lies a deeper truth. Monaco is built on contrast. It is a place where the smallest physical territory hosts some of the largest financial empires in the world, where silence in one corner of the city can coexist with billion-dollar negotiations happening just a few streets away, where anonymity and influence exist side by side. This contrast is what gives Monaco its unique identity. It is both intensely private and globally significant, both quiet and powerful, both compact and infinitely connected. Even the social structure reflects this balance. Relationships here are not casual, but they are not superficial either. They are intentional. Carefully built over time, often across years, sometimes across generations. Trust is not given. It is earned through consistency, reputation, and shared understanding of scale. Because in Monaco, everyone is operating at a high level, but not everyone is operating in the same way. Some are focused on finance, others on technology, others on legacy or lifestyle. Yet all paths intersect within this small but influential space, creating a network that is as complex as it is powerful. As night falls for the final time in this narrative, Monaco transforms once again into something almost surreal. The lights of the harbor shimmer across the water, reflecting off yachts that seem to float like illuminated cities. High above, penthouses glow softly against the night sky, each one containing lives shaped by extraordinary resources and equally extraordinary expectations. The soundscape is calm, no chaos, no urgency, just the quiet rhythm of a city that never truly sleeps, but also never feels rushed. And in this stillness, the final realization becomes clear. Monaco is not just about how billionaires live. It is about why they choose to live this way. It is about control in a world of unpredictability. It is about privacy in an age of exposure. It is about efficiency in a world that constantly wastes time. And above all, it is about proximity to opportunity, to influence, and to others who operate at the same rare level. But perhaps the most important truth is this: even in a place where everything is available, meaning is still something that must be created. Billionaires in Monaco may have access to the highest forms of luxury, but they are still engaged in the same fundamental human search as everyone else: purpose, legacy, and fulfillment. Wealth removes limits, but it does not answer questions. It only amplifies them. So as we step back from this world of super yachts, private jets, glass towers, and endless luxury, Monaco remains what it has always been: a mirror. It reflects back the ambitions of those who enter it, magnified to their highest possible form. For some, it becomes paradise. For others, it becomes a puzzle. But for all, it becomes unforgettable. So this is Monaco, a place where wealth has no ceiling, and reality feels almost unreal. But even here, surrounded by super yachts, luxury mansions, and endless money, one truth remains the same. Because no matter how rich you become, you still chase something money can't fully buy: freedom, meaning, and legacy. Monaco may be the home of billionaires, but in the end, it also reflects something deeper about all of us: the desire to live a life beyond limits. Because in the end, Monaco is not just where billionaires live. If you enjoyed this journey inside the world of extreme luxury, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more untold stories from the hidden side of wealth and power. Until next time, stay curious.